Former South Africa President Nelson Mandela was a peace icon who fought earnestly for human rights, equality and peaceful coexistence for all. The United Nations member states resolved to align their priorities with Mandela's values to honor his legacy by recognizing the period 2019 to 2028 as the Nelson Mandela Decade of Peace. Kenya has not been left behind in this resolution, with President Uhuru Kenyatta affirming the country's commitment to ensuring the success of the various initiatives under the Nelson Mandela Political Declaration.
We reaffirm our commitment to the values of Nelson Mandela and the pursuance of the ideals that define his legacy, including the promotion of peace, reconciliation, non-discrimination, as well as protection and promotion of human rights.
Some of the key pointers in the declaration that has been adopted by the UN member states include redoubling efforts in building a just, peaceful, prosperous, inclusive and fair world, demonstrating mutual respect, tolerance, understanding and reconciliation, as well as prevention of crimes against humanity, among others. President Kenyatta says Kenya will conform to the ideals that define Mandela's legacy, who he described as a symbol of humility, compassion, selflessness, and integrity.
He gave us a glimpse of what we could become if we set our sights to making the world a better place and having the courage to move the obstacles that stand in the way.
While reaffirming Kenya's role in sustainable peace in neighboring Somalia, the head of state reiterated Kenya's position in steering the peace process in South Sudan, calling for involved parties to embrace peace to end what he termed as unnecessary civil war.
Indeed, today we earnestly hope that in the spirit of this peace summit, parties to the revitalized agreement in South Sudan will set their differences aside and work together in its implementation for the good of the South Sudanese who have brought the brunt of this unnecessary war.
Earlier on, President Kenyatta held bilateral talks with the President of Austria, Alexander Van der Bellen, and his Chancellor, Sebastian Kurz, where Kenya sought Austria's support in her bid to be a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council in the period 2021 to 2022. President Kenyatta also extended an invitation to the Austrian leaders for the upcoming Blue Economic Conference in Nairobi, where Kenya is banking on leveraging on her extensive and tapped marine resources to harness the blue economy and grow investments. The Austrian president, in turn, invited President Kenyatta to the Africa-EU Summit to be held in Austria in December this year. Kenya has never shied away from stepping into deep waters as far as promotion of global and regional peace is concerned. And today, President Kenyatta has rubber-stamped the country's pivotal role in the Nelson Mandela Decade of Peace. Ruth Mutegi for Channel 1 at the UN headquarters in New York.